Can you explain exactly what vitamin D is and what it does in our body? I know there's a lot of things, but can you just
Yeah.
cover some, the most important ones?
It seems so odd that vitamin D does take care of so many things. What it actually is and isn't is a vitamin. So it is named a vitamin, but because it behaves unlike a vitamin, it's also termed a hormone.
Okay.
And I'll get into why later, why it might be better considered a hormone. But in fact, we still